Yo, it's Jazzy Jazz with Lee Bailey's EURWeb.com Spotlight and iHeartRadio. I'm so excited because I have hip hop pioneer. Nobody repped the Bronx like you did, Uptown Baby, right?
Yes,
And
indeed.
and you're dominating reality TV. You're a cheater who hosted Cheaters. You had us transfixed with Love and Hip Hop and the Love Triangle. I know you bought them a lot of ratings, for real, for real. And you almost got as many kids as Nick Cannon. I don't know if you're trying to catch up. But just generally, your story is so powerful and amazing. I am truly honored to have you in the Zoom building. I'm talking the one and only Peter Gunz, Hanky Panky. I'm sorry. No, it's so
I've
fucking
heard that
catchy.
before.
But in the Zoom building, welcome and thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and I really just want to start at the beginning because, we know you from a lot of venues, but your life would make one of the most incredible, dopest, inspiring, triumphant movies. Like, you got to write this, right?
Yeah, I can see that it would be crazy. It would be crazy.
It would be.
Interesting. It's a lot the world don't know. The world knows the reality TV, they know the music, they know just they don't know everything,
They
you
don't
know.
know everything.
But
So
there's
I just
another
want to
side.
start. You grew up in the 80s, the
Yeah,
crack 80s. And I
yeah.
was just having a convo with Remy about it and how it impacted her family and her. How did that affect you and your fam?
Oh, it's bad. It's terrible. I did something recently where I talked about, some people you grew up in the 80s with a lot of my friends, the Jay-Z's and the different people like them. When they rap about it's more on the glorification of how they was getting it. And I lived the other side of that. I had three older brothers that was abusing that
Wow.
substance crack. I also had the lady, not my mom, but my cousin who basically raised me and brought me up, she was on it. Another cousin that I idolized, it ravished my family. It was a very, very, very hard time. I didn't live that side of the, selling it and getting the money and buying the cars and this and that. My friends did. I lived the other side of it, watching
Word.
watching what my family went through, especially my mother. Watching her get her heart broken and
Mm.
going through. It was a bad time, rough time.
So these were like your older brothers who you normally
Yes, I'm
looked
the
up
baby
to.
boy. So
You're the
so
baby
I
boy.
had one brother in particular he had a rough go with it, steal everything and do it. So yeah, so I grew up on the other side of that. I didn't. I it was we made the best of it. We always did. Coming out the South Bronx, the way I was raised, we made the best of it. But when you look back on it, it was terrible. It was a terrible time.
So how as a kid, like when you're watching your older brothers go through this, like what went through your mind and your emotions and your heart as you watched your mom having to deal with that, deal with a son stealing all of that from her. How did that affect you emotionally, do you think? And who you are
Um,
today?
it did a number on me watching my mother upset about it. Uh, it was embarrassing for me in the neighborhood, and also just my brothers are my heroes. Those are my dogs.
That's the
Win, lose, or
thing.
draw. So
Yeah.
to watch Superman turn into a crackhead, it breaks your heart.
No,
Yeah.
I can only imagine. Now, but you didn't sell crack. You were like, I ain't about that life.
Nah, no drugs. I had uncle on drugs. My brother's drugs ravished my house. I never sold drugs.
Mm.
Never, ever sold drugs. I made once somebody might have gave me a pack and because I was broke and was like, if you move this pack, yeah, I don't have no money to give you, but move this pack and keep the money. I might have done something like that once in my life, but felt guilty about that, even doing that. It was on my birthday when I was younger. But no, I was never into the drug thing. I never ever did the drug thing. I ended up doing something worse or just as bad. So I was selling guns, but the I never did the drug thing because again drugs ravaged my family. I actually even though I had a lot of drug dealer friends, I started you know I had a little bit of hate for them in a little bit, like, but I realized at a young age that they was just victims too.
Yeah, victims too.
Because
And you
some of them
still
had
talk.
family on drugs and it didn't bother them. Some of them had
Right.
mothers on drugs and they still was,
Damn.
yeah, yeah.
For real. Yeah, no, the drugs do not come from the hood,
Of
okay?
course not.
That is not where they come from. The people making the
Nah,
serious bank off of that don't have our skin color most of the time,
of
okay?
course not. Of
But
course
no,
not.
but it's true what you said. Like, I wish that to some extent, and IC was talking about the importance of showing both sides. He didn't do drugs either. A lot of people don't know that. But
Yeah, me either. I never smoked weed. I never, I didn't try alcohol till I was 25 years old.
yeah.
So I drink, and I smoke cigars here and there. But the thing with that is that my mother at a young age, I think I was in sixth grade, and she grabbed me and she shook me on my way to school and said, you know why your brother's like that? Because he started smoking weed and he started doing this. So she scared me away from it. And that's the credit I give my older brother. When people be like, "Yo, you're not mad at him for stealing all your stuff and doing all the things he's done," and I said, the flip side of that is I didn't need nobody to tell me what crack or drugs do. It was right there in the house. So I never wanted that to happen to me or be like him. And he was an example. And I hate to use my brother's demise as for my benefit, but if nothing else, he was the sole reason I never tried anything.
No, but so some good came out of that. Some good came out of
Yes,
that. That's what's up.
yes,
This is what I'm saying. You got to write the story because most of the shows that we see, whether it's BMF, which I love, I definitely F with it, right? But it doesn't show the other side. And I think it would be
no,
dope if it showed both sides, the glorification, but also how it destroyed our communities and families. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. It was even hard for me to write lyrics about that. Like, I mean, as far as like selling drugs or being a drug dealer, I never liked to write those lyrics. Other things was easy. I grew up in
Yeah.
the South Bronx. I got busy.
And you
You know,
repped it too. You repped
uh,
it. Another thing about you that I think is fascinating is so I am not a believer. And when I found, but it's not something to be honest.
how did you find that out?
I'm not gonna tell. I'm not gonna reveal my sources. You already know. But it's not. It's kind of something that I keep on the low because Black people, we are so Christian, like that is
Super religious.
super Christian. And when I found out you were an agnostic, you've even called yourself an atheist at times. How did you get to that point? Because you
I
probably
lean
didn't
more
grow up
towards
like that.
atheism. I lean more towards atheism. Um, it wasn't called atheist or agnostic. My mother just didn't believe. My mother's side of the family didn't believe, and it wasn't in my household. It
Okay,
wasn't, but it wasn't an anti either. We celebrated Christmas and put the lights up. We Easter. If my aunt or somebody or somebody in the building was going to church and they was like, we want to take Peter, my mother, it's up to him if he wants to go.
right.
But it was my mother's side, my mom and my uncles, or my mother's side of the family, especially, was just like that's all bullshit. That was a
Wow.
religion given to us from people that's space daddy. I don't believe in that. If it's something, but it ain't what they telling us. So I had that from a kid. Now, some people in my family and my siblings, regardless of maybe growing up in a house that wasn't praying and believing, some of them went and like my brothers, some of them found God and found a religion. I personally don't. I don't believe in that. I believe that you should do the right thing. I don't think you should be I don't think that people, I did an interview with somebody asked me, and I normally don't talk about it because it turns people off. When people love their God, they don't want to hear that.
I know,
But
right?
I was just saying now you don't need God to do the right thing. It's just, I know I did some terrible things and I'm not proud of, but I don't need God to tell me to do the right thing. I just gotta do better. You know what I mean? So, but they don't understand that. People be like, oh, they assume that when you are an atheist, that you are just a bad person. And I gotta remind them, I know a lot of terrible priests and preachers and
Honey,
so-called, believers. So nah. So don't let's not have that conversation. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Well, to be honest, some of the most moral folks, like, well, just me personally, a lot of people may not even know who this is, but a Che Guevara, they didn't believe, and they gave their life for the people. A rich dude who threw his life down for poor people, like
A lot of
Jesus.
people are. A lot of people are. And a lot of people act like they believe, but they really don't.
And they really don't, for real,
I
for
got a lot of friends like that too, but it's all good. Just do what you got to do. I just stay away from the conversation because,
I feel
boy,
you though, because I do not, I promise you, I keep it on the low pretty much just
you have
because,
to, especially me, because
and I'm like you,
they
go
go,
ahead.
that's why he's like that. That's why he's
Right,
like that
right,
because he
right,
don't believe in my God, you know. So
right.
I try to stay away from those conversations. But with that being said, if I respect religion. If you say we want to pray over dinner, I'm gonna nod my head and close my eyes, even though I think we're
Absolutely.
talking to ourselves. If you got a certain way I respect your right to believe, and I'm gonna in respect. I just need people to respect the fact that I don't stop trying to push it on me. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, that's a beautiful thing. You got to respect people's beliefs just like people got to respect yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what's up. Yeah, I think God got the best job in the world though, because
And I love gospel music.
oh my God, yes, gospel music is everything. And going to church, the feeling you get when you're in the church, that is
Feeling the
powerful.
musicians, everything. But yeah, I just don't subscribe to the religious part, the God talk. I
Yeah.
just don't. And my favorite people of religion, Minister Farrakhan is my favorite person in the world.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
like
religious
Minister
man.
Farrakhan.
Prince, my favorite artist. Religion, James Brown, Michael Jackson, all these people believe in God.
And they used to
Bob
call you
Marley.
the wait, they used to call you the Prince of the Hood, right?
Yeah, man. I
Now,
play a
why is
few
that?
instruments and yeah,
Why'd
the
they call you
ghetto
the Prince?
prince. They call me the ghetto prince.
Ghetto Prince. Now, why is that?
Because I rapped and I would mess around on. So even though I dibble and dabble on the guitar and the keyboard and I play a little drums, it looks to the average person that can't play like, yo, he's a genius. He plays everything. I just dibble and dabble on everything. I'm not like a brilliant guitar player. I'm not a brilliant keyboard player. I could play a few notes, but in the hood, you're a genius because you could touch every instrument. But in reality, when I need instruments played, I may put down a little skeleton, but I call my musician friends that really get busy to come in
I
and do
feel you
it.
though. But yeah, I mean, how many people do you know that can do it all like that, even if you kind of faking it till you make it, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get when I sometimes I get all I need for myself, but when I need something from a real musician, I have tons of musician fans that come in and handle that for me, friends that can handle that for me.
So let's talk about your hip hop career. I mean, Uptown, repping the Bronx like nobody else did. It went
Yes.
platinum. The album, which I love, like I love "Be My Lady" on there. I think that little R&B vibe is so sexy, and we all want a
Yo,
little
we had
love.
R. Kelly on that song first.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, we swapped
Tell
them
me
out
that
for
story.
they swapped them out for Jagged Edge because we was having a hard time clearing them. But that's his song. So Jermaine Dupri produced it.
I'm not surprised, and in it you say, that even though you was messing around, you finally ready to get down with one woman, and we all want a little bit of thug love. So,
Yeah.
so Rain was a great album, and of course Uptown went platinum. But then you kind of fell out of the rap game. What made you make that decision?
It was a lot of the stuff we went through with the label, with Columbia, not really backing the album and not really standing behind us after Uptown Baby. So the industry put a sour taste in your mouth, when that happened. And then every now and then throw a record out, see what sticks, see what happens. We were kind of spoiled in a way, even though I've been rapping since I was 12 years old and didn't get a hit record till I was 26, 27. It's still, it may seem like overnight for some people, but for me, that was a long journey to that song.
Yeah,
And but we were spoiled because it was a hit. It was a hit without us having to really do the things that people have to do. You know what I mean? It was the record. I don't know, it was an organic hit. And then next thing you know, we have bidding wars for us all around the music industry.
Wow. That must have been fire. Like you were like, what?
Yeah. To go from a musician that's searching for a record deal to having choices, $1 million deals on the table was like,
That's what's
wow.
up. That's what's up. But especially during that era, though, a lot of record companies, they were not, I mean, and it's still a problem, but they were not good to the artists, you know?
Yeah, I mean that you never really got your a few people did, a few people went in and Jay-Z and Rockefeller and Birdman and Master P and them, a few people went in there and demanded what they deserved and
Right.
and got, but yeah, for the most part, that's one in a blue. That's one out of thousands. So you got the rest of us who, make 20 cents a record. I think 20 cents a record is a big deal,
Yeah.
because a lot of people's getting 9 cent and 10 cent a record.
No,
So
that's real talk.
yeah, so but most of the time you coming out of the South Bronx, you never had any money. You take that upfront money, you take that show money, and you ain't really thinking about, like, because me and Tariq almost moved 2 million of the Uptown Baby, right? So at that time, you talking about it was a maxi single, so it was probably like $8 a CD or whatever it was, and, do the math. They made their money back just off the single. You know what I
Well, you
mean?
already
But
know.
they'll tell us we didn't recoup. Yeah,
Right,
so
right,
go
right.
figure.
Yeah, no, there was a lot of cheating going on. I mean, that unfortunately is such a part of our history, which is so tragic. Now,
Yeah.
was it heartbreaking for you though to kind of move away from rap? Like, was it giving up a dream?
No, I never stopped making music. I was making music since I was a kid, so I was going to do it regardless. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did I want to go give it another shot, put out another album, keep going? Yeah, of course. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it was got kind of gun shy after seeing the dark side of the music industry, and was like, I held a lot of I kept a lot of music to myself, and I still do.
Ooh. So maybe you and Corey, we're gonna see some beats and a
Oh
little
yeah,
pen game with you
100,
and Corey.
100%, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Corey is your son.
Yes.
He did
My firstborn.
your firstborn. He was on Times Square doing a joint with Lil Wayne, like
Mhm.
killing the rap game to some extent, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we
He's
gon' we
doing
gonna
he's
see we
one,
gonna see some
one
Peter
of the most
Corey,
talented lyricists I ever encountered.
and you don't just say that because you're his dad. You already know.
Nah, they know, if you know hip hop and you heard Corey, it's, yeah. I mean, it's a little proud dad in there, but for the most part, he is who he is. It is what it is.
No, he got crazy talent. His pen game is fire. So I can't wait to see what y'all do together.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to it too.
I know it is. I know you're proud of him too.
Yeah.
Now, sadly, he got that gun charge. He had to do some time behind walls, right?
No, no, no,
Oh,
no,
he
no. He did.
didn't.
Nah, he got probation, but yeah, he's still a felon. He caught a
Yeah.
gun charge the same age I caught a gun charge. Is that crazy?
Are you serious?
That's
What?
why I tell people you have to teach your kids, back, especially black men. Teach your kids to be. You got to set better examples. We got to stop going, I don't want my kid to be like me.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to start being who we want our kids to be. Because Corey, no matter what I told Corey, look, man, you don't want to get tattoos. You're gonna regret them. Tattoo his body up. You don't want to get in the rap game. It's a wicked game. He raps. You want to stay in school because it drops out of school. You don't want to carry a gun and get caught with a gun. It's 3 to 9 and it gets caught with a gun. So everything that I did, he did, and it's because I led by example. So we just got to start setting better examples. That's all.
Yeah, but when you're young, you don't know. Everybody makes mistakes, and I think, we always got to believe in second chances.
But we have
I'm
to
about that life.
break the we have to break the cycle, though. That's for sure.
Yeah. And don't be shading tats, okay?
I,
Don't be shading my tats.
I see you. I regret every last one I got.
Oh, I love my tats. So, did you
I know.
ever think you were going to become the king of reality TV?
I don't know about the king, but I'll take it. No, it wasn't in my plans. You know, my plans were to be on TV, maybe movies, a sitcom or something. It wasn't reality TV, but you got to get it how you get it.
And that bag is sweet.
It's all right. It's all right. It kept
And
the
there's
lights
always a
on.
little bit of acting in reality TV, right?
Mine was a little more real than it should. It should have been a lot more real than it should have been. But yeah, a lot of them be faking and coming in with fake storylines. That's why the show be trash. People be like, "Yo, I don't watch it no more,"
Yeah.
because they
Well,
be
Love
putting
and
these
Hip
fake
Hop,
storylines.
huge hit. And you and Amina and Tara were such a big part of that. I mean, it kept everybody transfixed. But what I think is so interesting is that post the show, you, Amina, and Tara have a dope relationship. How did you end it so amicably that you all are ride for each other now?
That's them, man. That's Tara is very mature, very sweet, and although she's anxious, she wasn't happy with that. You know, after a while, kids are involved, and I guess she's like, the kids are here, it's not their fault. And the kids are siblings, so they should get to know one another. But I know, listen, she's human. I know it hurts. I know it bothers her, but at the same time, there's nothing you could do about it but try to move forward. And that's how she handled it. We're gonna move forward, and she did better than me. I'd have killed somebody, so but it has nothing to do with me. So people will always try to give me the credit. How do you get them to know? It's everything to do with who Tara is and who Amina is. They got together. It wasn't me saying y'all need to be friends. Y'all need to get together. Y'all kids are siblings. They did that. People have this, and those are some of the regrets you get when I walk down the street and they be like, "You the man. You got these girls." I'm not proud of that.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And that's still my family, so don't talk like that.
But you know
You're
what? It still had you get to take a little bit of credit because they couldn't have created that relationship with you that you
right.
still have today, which is basically, I mean, y'all, especially you and Tara, it's a loving relationship. You hold each
Oh
other down,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know?
Definitely,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying? It was so funny on After Happily Ever After. Now you got to tell us real talk. How long you hooked up with a sister named Thelma? Now, how
Mhm.
long did that last? Did it even last after the minute you walked off the set and it wrapped? Did it even go that
Yeah,
far?
yeah, we were
It
cool.
did.
We were trying to get yeah. I mean, look, man. Let me tell you something. She was the one catching a lot of flack because Peter Gunz is old. He had all these kids, and and you out there trying to, be as good. Because she does pretty well for herself. She's an attorney now. She's a judge out in Dallas. She does well for herself. Yeah, but you gotta kind of like when you do these dating shows, you gotta kind of get to know people outside of the show because you they're gonna be everything you want them to be in the house. You ain't gonna see nothing but promise there, but then when you get out there outside the house, you start seeing stuff that you go, oh, maybe we're not that compatible. I'm not saying that with them, but we never gave it that kind of a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I think we kind of felt I think we felt we saw a lane to just be cool and be friends. She offered to do some trademarking stuff for me that I need because that's the one thing I gotta give her. She was like, did you copyright this? Did you copyright that? Did you do this? Did you know all the legal stuff that I never did that I should be handling? She immediately started talking about that stuff, business and
That's what's
things that
up.
I should be doing to monetize. And so I appreciated that about her. The only thing is I'm a free spirit. I do what I want. I'm spontaneous. And when I meet people that got their shit in order, we don't mesh too well because I don't live like that.
Yeah, well, it still says something about you that y'all are still cool. Like she ain't out there on this in social, talking shit about you. Like you
Not
all are
yet.
basically
Not
cool.
yet. Not yet.
So right now, are you like, what's up? Can the ladies slide in your DM? Are you
They
single
do
here to
anyway. No
mingle?
matter what I say, they do anyway. They in my DMs heavy. But fellas, stop going in my DMs. That's not my thing. I ain't against You know what I mean? Whatever your preference is, but I'm a heterosexual man. Please. I appreciate the love, but I don't want it.
Not that much, right? Well, all right, so are you free and single here to mingle?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. But I'm really focused now. You know, I'm focusing on just I want to leave something for my kids. I want to leave them a head start. So I gotta focus. I can't really focus on relationships and women like I used to. Women used to that used to be my priority, doing that. No, I gotta get focused. I'm too old to still move like that. But eventually, you look, I said when it's all said and done, I want to travel the world with someone. I want to go on cruises. I want to see things I've never seen before.
Oh, that's so fun.
I don't want to do this forever. I really want to go and disappear
Yeah.
and 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 um and close my Instagram and all social media and disappear into the sunset.
Ooh, that sounds so exciting, so sexy. That's some lyrics. Write that
Yeah.
down.
I,
But that is so cool. So Tara, I didn't see her rocking with Winthrop much longer either. Did that continue?
oh, when you win. I like Winthrop. I pick Winthrop.
You did pick him, but you weren't
I,
really feeling it. Because you know how men are. They always think that woman that was their woman is always going to be their woman, even if they're not in a romantic relationship.
well, it was uncomfortable because I never lied. I still had feelings for Tara, and even though I thought this was gonna be the test of all tests, let's see what we can do. She did way better than me in keeping her cool and focusing on her person. Me, I was watching this dude, and I'm like, damn, because truth be told, I was watching him fall in love in real time with a
He
woman that I
really did.
still love.
It seemed like he really did catch feelings. That was
Yeah,
his.
oh, he did.
Yeah.
So it's the most uncomfortable thing. I watch him grab her ass and all type of crazy. So I'm like, whoa, wait, pause.
You wanted to roll up on him like, don't touch that.
Right. But at the
That's
same time,
mine.
this is what we here for. So I was out of line. But yeah, so I was it was uncomfortable, but eventually I had to bow out gracefully.
Well, are they still together? I don't think so.
I don't know.
You know, Peter, you know.
I
Now
don't
this
know. Let me tell you something. Women are better than us. She could say we ain't really. To be honest with you, I don't think he's lives between Jamaica. He's in Jamaica a lot. His family owns like a resort, like a
Oh,
hotel,
that's what's up.
and he runs it. But he's back and forth from New York and Brooklyn. So I think between that, his traveling and Tara got three boys.
Yeah. So
Tom is.
she might roll down, get a few free vacays, but that's
Hey, we
probably
don't
about
know.
it.
We never know. I don't put nothing past him.
So
She's taking a
are
few.
you gonna catch
She's taking a few trips, and I watch the boys. And I gotta go see my cousin in Mississippi and Detroit. And who knows? She might have been
oh,
out
you
there
think she might?
whining on the goddamn and the grill, whining on the beach or some shit.
I would not be mad at my girl. But so are you going to catch up with Nick with the babies? You have
No,
10, he's got 12.
no, 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 no.
You done?
Nick caught up to me is what even happened. I saw Nick one day. I think he was on number 4 or 5. I was like, "Yo, bro, what you trying to do?" That's my guy. That's like family. We shot a whole TV show called Son of a Gun. Me
Oh,
and my
that's
son.
what's up. That's what's
So
up.
that's my guy. But I saw him one day and I was like, "Yo, what you trying to do? Catch me?" And he was like, "No, no, never." And look,
He surpassed you.
I
Can you?
did say I
The
wanted one
student
more.
surpassed the teacher.
I said I was gonna have one more and name her 11.
Only one. You still might have one more.
No, no.
You can't. You done at 10. Okay. Peter, this has been such an honor and a pleasure to chop it up with you. Thank you so much. Tell me
Thank you.
what we have to look forward to with you and what we should be watching out for you. I know you and Corey are going to be
Yeah,
dropping
me
some
and Corey
stuff.
gonna work on some music. I'm also working on an album with CL Smooth called The Odd Couple. We're gonna finish that up. We almost done with that. Um, I will be going back to Cheetahs as soon as they figure out what they're doing over there. I might do another season or two of Cheetahs.
Nice.
Also, I got I don't want to talk about it no much, but I got this little kind of podcast thing I got coming up. I'm gonna be
Oh,
doing.
that's what's up.
It's interesting. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about it yet because I got to get, line all the ducks up. But yeah, so that, a lot of things, and just new music, more TV, and look for me to. I'm doing my own thing. Kind of want to with this particular podcast I'm doing. It's a different format than a regular podcast, and I own it. So
Oh, I love
I'm
it.
getting tired of working for people. I'm ready to work for myself.
Yeah, get the 100% of the bag, okay?
Uh,
Not
yeah,
20 cents.
yeah,
So please keep us, let us know like what's popping with you. And I'd love to have you back so we can just put out whatever you're doing when it's about ready to drop. And
absolutely.
congratulations on Cheaters. I loved you on
Thank you,
Cheaters. So
thank you. I
fun.
appreciate you.
Now, fam, don't forget to subscribe so I can keep bringing you these conversations. Let's go, let's go.